Feels good to wear this thing again. You might be wondering how what I'm about to tell you pertains to the matter at hand, but I'll get there. Recently, I released a video complaining about the script in Spider-Man 2, the video game Spider-Man 2, the PlayStation 5 video game Spider-Man 2. But now here he is sacrificing Peter's job because he needs an adult. And that video got a lot more views than I usually get. And I thought, dang, I should do videos like that more often. And then the overwhelming dread hit me. Wait, more videos where I complain about horrible scripts? I don't want to spend the rest of my life playing horribly written games so I can be angry about them all the time. I don't want to have to keep the fires of hatred burning inside me every single day. But then I thought, no. All's not lost yet. I can be just as funny talking about something good as I can be talking about something bad. I already made a video about Lies of P, a game that I loved, and that video is just as funny as my Spider-Man 2 video, if not more so. You're here for the sweet hard-earned victories that give you the confidence you need to not fall into the pit of despair for another day. It's like an addiction, except it has no negative side effects. Please help me. What? So I'm gonna make a pleasant little video about this flawed but otherwise enjoyable show, and everything's gonna be alright. Let me get up to speed with the Santa Clauses if you haven't heard of it before. Long ago there was the Santa Claus movies where Tim Allen played a guy called Scott Calvin who became the new Santa Claus. In the second movie he had to get married, and in the third movie he had to stop Jack Frost from stealing his job. In the Santa Clauses season 1, he now has 2 children, one of which is a eccentric, not normal guy who strived to be a normal guy but now doesn't want to be a normal guy anymore. And the other of which is a mad woman who consorts with a witch and thinks that she can talk to animals. Also, early in the series, Scott Calvin, aka Santa Claus, aka Tim Allen's character, tried to retire as Santa Claus, so they sent him and his family away using the magic of what they called angel dust, which is also another name for a hallucinogen. So I have a theory that the entire rest of the series is just them hallucinating in the storage closet.
Last season on the Santa Clauses. You sure about that?
Oh right, and apparently Scott Calvin is the first human Santa Claus, the others were ethereal beings. It kind of tricked me into thinking that we'd have an epic battle, but we got none, unfortunately.
Boy, that's cement mix.
Don't get any of that on your tongue.
Oh, don't worry, that's not the real Santa.
Careful, that's not real candy cane.
All part of the experience, folks. Just pour some hot water on his tongue. It'll detach.
Cement mixed in boiling water on the tongues. Why didn't Jack Skellington think of this?
It's incredible up here. You know, I didn't quite get it before, Dad, but you have the best job in the world.
That's a total retcon. He said that his worst nightmare was being Santa Claus, but now that they... In the first season, they kind of could have handled it a little bit better. What happened was the family wasn't having a healthy lifestyle, just staying at the North Pole all the time. So they moved to the real world, as they call it. But then they moved back to the North Pole and were just supposed to be happy about it now. Well, I mean, his solution was to include the family in the Santa Claus business, but the problem was that the family wasn't getting to meet other humans, which is an especially big problem for Cal and Sandra because they need human love interests. Not nearly as bad as season 1's. I'll have far fewer nightmares this year.
Christmas spirit is at an all-time high, the result of giving everyone magical snow globes to see their favorite Christmas memories.
Thankfully, those snow globes only show people the good memories. I was worried it would show people things like the family building the tree and everyone gets all crabby about it, delegating the ornament placement to the younger members of the family because none of the adults want to do it. I was worried it would show people working out in the colds trying to set up for church events while having no idea what you're doing, and then getting the bushes and trees set up with lights incorrectly and feeling super bad about it even though the types of lights that they had set you up to fail. Because the ends of them don't connect to each other the way they should, and they didn't have enough of them. I was worried that they'd show people that disgusting wreath that you decorated with horribly embarrassing jokes when you were a child, and the sight of which causes you unimaginable pain and shame. I was worried it would show people finally getting to have some eggnog after so long of waiting, only to get an unbearable stomachache. Thankfully, it only showed them the good stuff, like presents and the meals that are so much better than the Thanksgiving meals.
Upgrade the ELFS into a security force to be reckoned with.
Well, sir, then we'll have to reckon with the fact that Gary is incompetent and not well-liked.
Let me take care of Gary.
You gonna kill him?
No,
Yes?
I want to take over the ELFS.
By killing him?
You wanna be a cop?
When the elves disappeared, I wasn't here to help, and I want to be their protector.
In her defense, she did destroy an entire team of toy soldiers in the first season with no training somehow. Not that that fight scene was well choreographed or anything.
Don't blame yourself. The mistake was passing over the obvious contender.
Flattered, but I am ineligible.
Oh yes, she's very ineligible to be Santa Claus because she's an elf. And of course, the North Pole operates by apartheid. You have the human royal family at the very top. Then you have the elves who are subservient to the human family. Witches are heretics that have to live on the outskirts. And gnomes are filthy xenos that must be purged on sight. That's North Pole.
Maybe we should move the birthday party upstairs.
Oh, yes, merriment. That's what the hats are for.
She probably thought those were dunce hats. And now we see what happens when a father betrays his son.
Can't wait to tell Riley.
Listen, Cal, I think it's best if you forget about Riley.
What?
Together we banished the ignorance of old night. But you betrayed me. You betrayed us all. You stole power from the god and lied to your son. So let it be war. I will see the galaxy freed once more. And if I cannot save it from your failure, Father, then let the galaxy burn.
That was the most fun I've had editing something in quite a while.
You make a wish.
He chose his wish correctly.
It worked.
Yeah. I don't think he's forgetting about Riley. You don't see me just bringing random people that I like up here to the North Pole.
It's super hypocritical of Scott to discourage Cal's relationship with Riley. I mean, Scott gets to be married. In fact, he wants Cal to be the next Santa, and he knows for a fact that whoever is Santa needs to have a Mrs. Claus. I mean, the only argument to be made in his defense is he doesn't think a teenage relationship is going to result in a marriage. But he doesn't know that this is doomed to fail.
Riley didn't seem surprised that she was here, which means Cal never dusted her.
It's fine.
Yes, because he had wisdom beyond his years to not dust her.
He just turned 18. He loves the real world.
Okay, what are his options?
They have the technology to bounce between the real worlds and the North Pole. I don't like how they keep presenting this as if they had to choose one or the other.
In accepting position of head elf, you agree to take a leave of absence from the North Pole for education and rejuvenation purposes, whether you wish to or not.
You know the penalty for those who don't go.
Is the penalty being labeled a heretic and burned? I'll spare you this dialogue because it's low comedy. I never said the show was perfect.
I'm dating the next Santa Claus.
I kind of noticed that Sandra, Cal's sister, and Riley, Cal's girlfriend, kind of looked similar from a distance if you squint at them. I don't know if that's categorized as Freudian.
So, did you get a snow globe? You know, maybe the non-believers, they didn't get him.
The way he says non-believers makes me worried that he has a pyre in his backyard, or perhaps a pile of rocks to stone people with.
Well, the magic only lasts for a week before they shut down, but hopefully people will carry it in their hearts for a long time.
That is so hot.
Aww.
Dad, can we not dust Riley, please?
I'm sorry, what's dusting?
It's like a memory eraser, but it's just one of those dumb ancient rules.
Run. Run.
What? You know what I was thinking? What if instead of flying, Santa took a train?
That you would have to build tracks in every single house. Although, after their low comedy, the reindeer do deserve to have to pull a huge train, so maybe this is a good idea.
Dad wants to erase Riley's memory, but erasing someone's memory is like erasing someone's life.
If we stay kissing, then the memory can never go away.
No, that's not necessarily. You don't have to.
Oh.
Okay. No dusting.
Because Santa didn't dust Riley, Cal might call off the Civil War. There's 5 more episodes, so Santa might still give Cal a reason to let the seas boil and let the stars fall and the galaxy burn.
At the door.
Oh, thank goodness this is set up for a punchline.
Party's over, elves. We're taking over the North Pole.
Does that mean no more singing?
Yippee-ki-yay, Nutter Butters! And we want you to join us.
How many of these recruitment videos did they make?
It is kind of funny that making those recruitment videos is probably most of what they got done. For the record, I'm not blaming the children for that being hard to put up with. I'm blaming whoever's idea it was to build a song and dance routine around a pun.
You know, Sandra, she's upset about something. Ooh. And Carol is taking Mrs. Claus in a weird direction. And Cal, I want him to follow my footsteps. Instead...
Oh no, the members of his family are being individuals. I mean, Sandra is actually someone to complain about in this case, since even she's not happy with what she's been doing.
Blah, blah, blah. Why can't everyone just stop talking to me?
I have to leave for Cribble Crabble. But I'm going to need time to find a replacement.
Noel.
Noel? I mean, he's just going to do everything you want him to.
So I still think it's a terrible idea to make me head off. When things go wrong, I scream. I scream, Pillow. You know me so well.
I want to say that these two are cute. It's just that they have such a imbalanced power dynamic. You might be asking, well, doesn't it all even out since they already have Santa and Mrs. Claus, which is a relationship where the guy has the pants and then they have this relationship where the girl wears the pants? Not really, because Mrs. Claus, aka Carol, has been trying to make herself closer to Santa's equal pretty much this whole time. Meanwhile, Noel is happy to have Betty in the driver's seat.
Please don't leave us with Noel at the helm. You're really in charge, don't let him out of your sight.
And of course, if Mrs. Claus was being left in charge, that wouldn't have happened, so no, it does not all even out.
While I'm gone, no big changes.
Okay.
Should have made him promise.
Okay, first big change. Cal's gonna be the next Santa.
Betty's counting on me to make sure everything runs smooth.
A smooth?
The second.
I choose to focus on the positive.
Which is?
I'm not you.
That's not smooth.
Who's Magnus Antis?
Past Santa.
I was in the Ulverse and I met all the Santas. I never met one with a great name like that.
You didn't ask them their names.
What did I ever do to you? Was it the torture? Me threatening to turn the world's children into nutcrackers? I admit it, yes, sometimes I can go a little far.
Well, whether or not that was going too far depends on what they did to deserve the torture and the turning into nutcracker thing.
You better hope it's everlasting.
The nutcracker's gone.
And why didn't you burn the nutcracker? Would that have set him free? No, I don't think it would have set him free.
I know it's your money, but it's my park.
This guy built his theme park around North Pole stuff, so what does he do around summer and spring? Finally, a worthy opponents. Their battle will be legendary.
His preoccupation with Riley, it's getting in the way of his training, honey. I don't want to lose Cal.
Neither do I.
If you don't want to lose Cal, maybe don't set yourself up to be his enemy by sending Riley away.
I just wish me and Riley could have a normal relationship.
Not right now!
And that's the type of firepower that Cal's gonna need on his side during the Civil War.
I will see the galaxy freed once more. Nutcracker!
Can I get a hug?
No, mostly because I can't move my arms.
You just did move your arm.
Nutcracker! Curses!
Thank you for the magic of those snow globes.
Magic? I would never give humans magic. They can't be trusted with it.
You know, he might not be wrong about that. Not a horrible episode. There was a few groan-worthy moments, at least one of which was at least building up to sarcasm, though. They released the first 2 episodes of Season 2 together, so I'll be doing a video about Season 2 Episode 2 soon. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and have a Merry Christmas roughly a month and a half from now.